What's up, everybody? This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of Blue Book MKE, and I have a very good content video for you right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can think clearly. Uh, because if you can think clearly, you'll be able to solve a lot of the problems in your life, but also you will be able to move forward in your business. Because this is what this channel is all about: is moving forward in business, leveling up your business. And I just want to get this content to you. So one of the biggest issues that I see, and I even had for myself, was understanding if I was actually doing something new. Like when you think you're trying and you're not really trying, or you think you're doing something different and you're not really doing something different. There's a lot of people that fall into that category, including, excuse me, including myself with some things. And this is what I've done to be able to think clear. Now, number one, this is not my idea. I didn't come up with this. This is something that I came across from reading in books, and I've kind of pieced it together on the way that I think it can be applied towards business, but it can really be applied towards anything. And so this is how to think clearly, because a lot of people, and myself included, on certain topics, when you don't know about that topic or you don't know how to do something, we will most likely try to pull from our memory things that are similar or somewhat relevant to what we're trying to accomplish, and it can actually be uh, hurting our ability to accomplish something. But if you learn to clearly think, learn to practice clear thinking by using this process that I'm going to show you here, you'll be able to accomplish anything in life if you accept that what you find from that clear thinking. Because clearly there are some people out here that don't accept uh, that don't accept the facts. So the first thing is, great thinkers continue to learn and evolve. Great thinkers continue to learn and evolve. No one knows it all, and we're always learning more. You have to be open and willing to learn more. If you're closed minded, you're already in trouble, because that means that you only believe what your experiences have shown you, or have been. You're not even open to new things. You're not even open to even learning about new things. So first is, you need to understand that great thinkers continue to learn and evolve. Now think about this. Look around at people that you know. Look around at them, and answer these questions. I want you to answer these questions in your own mind. Is, how many of them do you see? Not a number, but just think of it in people that you know that are moving forward in life. That means that they're actually moving forward. They're not stuck. How many of those people do you know that are actually solving problems after problems? Like, there's one problem here, they seem to solve it, and then there's another problem shows up and they solve it. Think about those types of people. And then think about the types of people, or the number of people that you know that might just be running in circles. It's like you're not really solving anything, you're just going in circles. And that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier, where you think you're solving something, but you're really not. You're just running in circles. And then how about people that are solving this? You have to try to solve the same problem again. It's like you always had the same problem. When are you going to learn? Why are you continuing to have that same problem? So you had those four groups of people. Now, let me share with you a easy, simple way to solve your problems. And what you can do is you can put it in an if then statement. So if I do that, then this will happen. And then you have to have clear intentional action. So if I do this, this should happen, and this is the action that I'm going to, and I'll call it a test. Some people, I remember a friend of mine, he was like, when he saw what I did with my advertising, he was like, you had like a hypothesis and you put it into action and you got this result. That was very interesting. That was the way he said it. So what you do is you have an if then statement. If I do this, then this will happen. But then you test that by doing clear, intentional action. So you have a thought first. The first thing is you have a thought. You take clear, intentional action, and then on one side, it's either going to be that action is going to prove that that was true, and then on the other side, it's going to prove that it was false, that it was not true. And then that is your feedback. What a lot of people tend to do is number one, they don't even follow through with the process to even get to the truth or if it was false. And then another thing that they do is they don't accept it because they have in their own mind from their own experiences. Remember what I said earlier in this is that great thinkers e- continue to learn and they evolve, they're evolving all the time with new ideas and new things. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll run through, they'll have maybe an intentional action, and then when they do it, when they see that it's false, they just like, I can't believe that this didn't work, and they will try to do it again, and that puts them into the category of trying to solve the same problems over and over again with doing the same thing. One of the things that I wish that they would change, like when they said that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, right? That they would say that he did it 1,000 times before he got it right. What they need to add to that is that he did it 1,000 times and he added something different each time. Because you don't do something 1,000 times the same way to get it to work on 1,000th time. What you do is you add a different ingredient each time, and then one of those is going to work, and that's what's going to make the difference between what you did before. So if you have a thought, you have an intentional action, and then the feedback is going to let you know if it was a true or if it was not true. You can't sit there and do the same thing over again. You have to add something to it, and that's where you start to think, and that's how you can learn how to improve your thinking. Now, let's get a little bit more detailed into this, and trust me, you can use this for your business. I'm going to clearly outline how you can use this in your business. So, what you need to do is you need to organize your thoughts. Don't go into stuff with scattered brain. Like you need to have a if then, if I do this, then this will happen, and this is the action I'm going to take. Try this on a small level, and then you need to reduce the ambiguity to make it clear. Try by turning into simple if then statements, like very simple. Don't try to say, like, if I do this, then I'm going to have a chance of making $1 million. No, you need to say, if I do this, and then if this happens, and I will make $1 million, and then this is the clear action that I'm going to take to do that, and then you will know if it's not going to happen or if it will happen, and by you understanding if it'll happen, if it does or doesn't happen, it will help you have a clear understanding of what you have to do to make that thing happen. Like think about that, how simple that is. But if you look at all of the decisions that you've probably made in your business trying to get to a level, you probably would find that you're missing that one step. So let's kind of get it a little bit more defined. So the first thing is clear logic. You do something based on a reason and sound idea. So if you have your business, you know what you want to do and you know what it is, you know what you're selling, you know what you're offering, you know everything about what you're trying to do. That is your clear logic. You're trying to do something based on a sound idea, sound reasoning behind what you're doing. The next thing is you have to have clear thought, an idea or opinion produced by thinking or occurring suddenly in our mind. So you have a clear thought. This is how I'm going to do this. The next thing is intentional action, doing something for a reason. I'm going to do it, this action, this specific action, to get that result that I thought about based on the clear logic that I have. The next one is clear feedback. If what I did in that first three levels of group, what was the feedback? What ended up happening? Did I get this result? Did I get that result? Was it true? Was my thinking about it true? Was my thinking about it false? by just simply making those adjustments, you will be able to move so much further, so much faster, because you will have it in your mind the answers that you probably always want. Like when I got to learning how to do lead generation online, it was very simple. It was like I do this and I do that, and it generate leads and it generates sales. Like a four-step process. Everyone else all over the internet, they're talking about pixels and do this and do that and all that. That's all well and good. But what about the person who is trying to get their business off the ground and moving without getting overwhelmed? Don't overwhelm me. And this utilizing this will help you get whatever you're trying to do and off to a good start because you're going to be so focused, and the process and in what you have to do is so minimal. Like you just only have to think about those few things, and you're able to do that test to see and get that feedback to see if what you're doing was going to work or not. And when you get that feedback, it will give you an understanding of how the world works. The reason why the reason why I say on how the world works is because if you can utilize this for anything in life. I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, telling her about this on that I was writing this up for the YouTube video, and I gave the example that I made a video and I wanted that video to get like 1 million views. And I made the video, I posted the video, and it didn't get 1 million views. And so I was thinking you you could do one or two things, and it goes into what I'm teaching you right now. Is that you could just say, well, everything is against me, it ain't gonna work. I tried this and I tried that, and I had my intentional action, it didn't work. What you This is what you're missing. This is what I want you to really focus in on. It's actually giving you an answer. Like what most people think about too much is that it didn't work. What you need to think about is what you need to add to it to do it different. And this was something that I actually did with my other channel, and I'm getting this channel off the ground, but it was something that I actually did and I tested it with my other channel. And I have three channels now, and on that second channel that I built, it's actually growing 10 times faster than my first channel with my credit company, faster than that one built. And it was because what I did is I had learned from what I did with the other channel, and I had also went and learned from other individuals that had successful channels, and then I incorporated that same information into that second channel, and it made a huge difference. So I did the if, I did the then statement, I did the intentional action, but what I did this time is I changed some things from what I did with the first channel, and then I ended up getting a result. Now, it didn't go to 1 million views, but I do have over 1 million views with my other channel, with my original channel. But this one here is well on the way of getting to 1 million views a lot faster really within 6 months, when it took my other channel like years to get to there. So you have your feedback, and then you have your improved understanding of how the world works. And then the next, it gives you a better ability to be able to solve problems and move forward. So from getting that feedback, from getting that information, you understand, okay, this is what I got to do to change that, rather than just saying, oh, it doesn't work, or I'm not good enough, or why do are they successful and I'm not successful. This will give you that inner understanding, that inner power, so you will be able to know this is exactly what I need to do. Just change the recipe just a little bit, and you'll be able to get to the next level that you want to get to. If you don't have the recipe, the next best thing to do is to always follow someone who has done it. That is one of the biggest things that one of the biggest shortcuts that you could take is to actually follow someone who has actually done it. You do have to be careful to make sure that person has really done it. Like you can't take business advice from a relative who doesn't have a business. You can't take advice on how to generate leads or generate sales from someone who has not actually demonstrated that they can do what they're actually telling you to do about generate more leads and sales. There's a lot of teachers out there. There's a lot of YouTube channels and videos out there, and they're very suspect because when you look at what they're doing, they're not filling in the gaps of what people really and truly need to be able to get their business off the ground. Like they like surface stuff, like it's just more ads or do this and do that. But when you look at it, it's like if I copied exactly what you're doing and put that and implemented that, I don't know if it's going to work. Not to say that it won't work, but I know that there's plenty of you out there that have watched step-by-step videos from what people had here on YouTube, and you were like, it just didn't work the same way as you, and that's because they really didn't do it. They're not going to be able to fill in those holes for you. Like, if a person has really done the work of building a business, when you run into problems building your business, that person will be able to coach you on what they did to build their business, and then you will be able to move forward because it's not going to be just straight uphill for business. There's going to be some peaks and there's going to be some valleys. All right, thank you for your time. What I want you to do is I want you to subscribe to the channel. I want you to post your questions and comments. I have links below to other services and stuff that I do offer with my consulting company, Blue Book MKE. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and co-founder of Blue Book MKE.